We are lucky enough to be joined in the Guitar Player offices by Mr. Laurence Juber, and you've been referred to in the very pages of Guitar Player magazine as the DADGAD badass. And this current record, the current record of yours is called Under an Indigo Sky.
This is the CD.
This is the CD.
Not the vinyl. We have a vinyl version.
Oh, and you actually do have a real record.
Vinyl,
yeah. Well, you know what? I call everything records. And this is, it's a CD that you did entirely in DADGAD. Is that right?
It is. Yeah, and it wasn't, I didn't set out to do it that way. It just turned out that the kinds of tunes that I picked and the arrangements just lent themselves to that. And I like living in DADGAD. It does unexpected things.
And our readers know you as a DADGAD stylist, but is this the first time you've gone start to finish in DADGAD on an album?
Actually, yeah, entirely start to finish. I did an album in 1999 called Altered Reality that was like all but one track was in DADGAD, and the other one was in CG-DGAD. But you know, I just spent a lot of time there and have become so familiar with it. There's a lot of muscle memory built into it now, and there's also for me it's just this because I've been playing like 50 years. There's this looking for exciting things, those moments where it's like, oh, how cool is that? To find a particular chord, a particular voicing. It takes something like this. I mean, a B7 sharp 9, but voiced like that, where you get that in the middle. You can't really do that in standard tuning. I mean, you have to kind of put yourself in knots to be able to do those kinds of things. Whereas DADGAD kind of lends itself to stuff like that. 13th chords, and it's just really being able to use open strings to get resonance out of the guitar. Because the thing about an acoustic guitar is that I want it to sustain.
And so playing start to finish in DADGAD is not the only thing that was consistent on this record. You also used this exact instrument. Okay, so tell me about this.
It's an OMC 44K LJ. It's my signature model, but done in Koa, and an OM44 orchestra model, OM, C for cutaway. A 44 is the absolute top of the line woods, like a 45, but without all the bling. I mean, we did the herringbone on it, but it's a AAA grade top. It's extra flamey Koa.
Boy, let's get a look at that Koa too. That is gorgeous.
That. Yeah, and a Spanish cedar neck too for lightness. So it's kind of a throwback guitar because they hadn't really made style 44 in about 100 years. And the Spanish cedar is what you typically get on a classical guitar, like a Spanish guitar. And it's lighter. It's a mahogany family wood. It has nothing to do with the kind of cedar that you put on the top of a guitar, like Western red cedar, different wood. But there's a certain lightness and an airy quality. It's almost like playing a steel string classical. Yeah, this one guitar just kind of did the job.
It did the job for the entire album.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because having listened to this record, it's not as if there's one tone or there is one texture for the whole thing. That guitar seems like it's capable of a variety of different sounds.
Very versatile. The thing that didn't make the cut was my mixes.
Okay.
And so what I did was I went to Capitol Studios with Al Schmidt, who's one of the great, won more Grammys, I think, than anybody. Great jazz engineer. And Al ran it through the console. So we came out of Pro Tools into the console, recorded to half-inch tape, 30 IPS half-inch tape, which just gave it this wonderful kind of dimension. And especially some of the Capitol chamber, under the parking lot, they've got these echo chambers that Les Paul designed. And just that kind of magic that you can get from that. And then mastered it from a transfer from the tape to high-resolution digital, and did a vinyl from that too. And vinyl is just amazing. I mean, I love this. And we sequenced the vinyl differently because we wanted it to be a little bit more of a late-night album where you kind of put the vinyl on and you pour yourself a glass of single malt whiskey and it's kind of that vibe.